just wanted to go through the RVM, and for this particular video, we're going to be going through message communications. Message communications is the
welcome to message communications. The most
you can see how crappy it is.
Cost automated.
Their videos are old. Their site is old. A lot about this is just really kind of basic, and it looks like it was set up in the 90s or something like that, or like the year 2000. So the way it works doesn't look great, but it's super effective. So let's go through it. Let me first, I'll describe what all this stuff is, and then I'll go through all these buttons individually, and we'll set up a mailing. All right. So first and foremost, that's the account number. Blah blah blah. Status disabled. It would say status active. If it was actually turned on. We have 12,000 minutes remaining in the account right now. Right now, the current list that's loaded up is 229, and the call speed is set to 20 per minute. I can dial that up if I want to. I'll show you the limits on that in a second. Simultaneous calls in progress, it's not applicable because it's disabled. Transfer calls too. I can have a transfer number on this setup. Press 1 to be transferred to our acquisitions department, or press 2 to be removed from the list. I have this set up currently as no transfers. This particular, when I was sending that out, this particular campaign didn't have that turned on. Outgoing caller ID, and then email transfer notices to blank, and then message delivery, both live and answering machine delivery. So like I said, this system will ring. When a person answers, it plays a message. And then it says press 1 to be transferred, or press 2 to be removed from the list. And then if an answering machine picks up, it actually plays a different message. So I'll show you how to set all that stuff up right here. We'll start at the very beginning. Call scheduling and starting. This is how you turn it on. Okay. Change schedule. We could say, like, look, this is, if I even turn it on right now, it's not going to work because I don't have it set up, because right now it's 7 o'clock p.m. It's actually 7:36. So this thing wouldn't go off until 6 a.m. Pacific time. Oh, this is the hours below Pacific. So even more like, crappy functionality is like I have to do math and figure out, like, okay, 6 a.m. Pacific is 7. Actually, why does it say 5 to 6? So that'd be 6, 7, 8 o'clock a.m. Eastern Standard. So, I mean, maybe I only want those phones to start ringing really at 9 o'clock in the morning, and then I want them to stop ringing right around, 9 o'clock. This is 8 o'clock, actually 9 o'clock at night. So I really don't want those phones ringing. I'm just putting it between 9 and 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and I'm going to update those scheduled hours. Now it goes to this screen every time, so I'll flip it back. Call scheduling will go right back in here. Set future start date. So if I wanted this thing to start, tomorrow afternoon at 11 o'clock, that's how I'm going to schedule my thing. Let's set something up for tomorrow at 11 o'clock in the morning. Actually, let's go for 10. So it's 2019, 2-digit month. Well, no, this doesn't actually allow you to set a time. So yeah, that's it. I'm just gonna manually go in here tomorrow and set it up. But I guess if you wanted to schedule stuff out for next week, you could set something up. And you could actually set the time right here. So you go in here. Let's say you wanted to set up the whole week all at once. You could do that. And then you could say, okay, this day only start, at that time. You get the picture. All right, so next feature here, call speed and parameters. So the dial speed is, let's see how high this baby goes. 2,000 per, oh, look, the maximum is 250. So the maximum I could do at one time is 250 calls at the same time, okay? The capability of sending out several million a day. If you accidentally turn your dialing speed too high, you may be overwhelmed with phone calls. That is for sure. I mean, imagine if you made 250 calls right this second, and the minute that message played, it's constantly doing 250. So I can blow through, I can make 2,500 calls in a matter of minutes. And if you have people answering the phones, they're going to get crushed. So just keep in mind, if this stuff is getting transferred to people, that we keep this dial speed down. Even at 10, if 10 people are answering, not everybody's pressing the button. But I mean, I think 20 at a time is a good number. Change the transfer number. So we're gonna flip this over to, let's say I have my guy Jeff answering the phone, or John. I'm gonna put that phone number in there. So for this purpose, I'm going to I'm gonna add I'm gonna blow up a couple people. I could actually throw this number right here. I can get a call rail number for this number, and then we can actually round robin this to a team of people to answer the phone. So in another video, we'll go over a call rail, and you'll see that. If you haven't already seen call rail, I'll show you how to set that up too. That'll be a separate video. Okay, option 2. Now look at that. Evenly distribute to multiple phone numbers. Will randomly distribute your calls up to 12 phone numbers. So that's pretty cool. You can just set it up through there. If you want to use a tracking number, which I highly recommend on this, is definitely want to track your numbers. You don't want to use your people's phone numbers. You want to set it to a tracking number that's going to disperse that stuff separately. That way they're protected. And then you'd set it up here. Option 3, disable call transfers. There you go. So I have it disabled right now. Change outgoing caller ID. There it is. That's where I would put my call rail phone number in there. Or you could just hit block caller ID so that they get this unknown number calling in, which you really don't want to do. You're going to get more people answer the phone if it's not a blocked number. Right, so let's see this parameter right here. So reporting and monitoring, we know what that is. You can run a report, you can listen to some recorded calls, email the transfer notices. You don't do any of this stuff. Screen pop up, download call records. So I could download the records, and we don't really use any of this stuff except for this. I'm looking at the reports. I'm going to see how that how it did. If I sent out 10,000 voicemails for the week, I could check it out, and I could send 2 at the same time and kind of do a split test on recording A versus recording B and see how those went. Database changes is where you're going to upload your list to call. So this is super important when you're going through this stuff. This is the most important section of this area. So would you like to clean the list against the national do not call list? No. Because what we're doing is we're not selling products. We're actually allowed to dial to the do not call list because we're not offering a service and we're not selling them anything. We're offering to buy their property, which is in compliance with the DNC. So you can call people on the DNC. That's not coming from me. That's coming from an attorney. And we can, if you're interested in looking that up, go ahead and Google it yourself if it makes you feel safer. Would you like to remove duplicate numbers and randomize the list? Yes, we want to remove duplicate numbers, definitely. Would you like to clean against the company-wide do not call list? Absolutely. And what the company-wide do not call list is these habitual people that are filing lawsuits, or they're making complaints with the FTC. So these are the people that are removed from our list. So if there's any people that are just waiting for these calls to come in, these robo dials, they are the people that are going to be removed. These people that are, they're just looking for trouble. So this particular company is doing millions of these robo dials / calls every single week. So they have this national, this company-wide list that just removes these people that are a pain in the butt. So they're very confident that they have nailed this down, and they are definitely, like I said, we can have a conversation with these people, and they say, man, this list is a very solid list, and they're the people that do cause trouble. So yes, it's no, yes, yes, and then would you like to remove wireless numbers? No, because it works just fine with the wireless numbers. We could actually take that, like I have some lists actually, which I'll do. I have lists that I ran through my other RVM service, and I already hit those people they're only going to hit wireless. So yes, I'm going to remove these wireless people, but that's a case-by-case basis. We might get a list and want to just hit the whole thing. So you can remove time zones if you want. This list should be, basically you're going to replace the existing database every time, because you don't want to, layer a list on top of another because you're going to start redialing. And then here's where you upload the list. You just got to make sure that that list has the first. It's a CSV, and we got to make sure that it's got a. I think the first column has to be phone numbers. So let's actually take a list and let's upload it to this system right now. So let me jump into the Google Sheets, and I have a bunch of lists over here. Let me jump on my hard drive and see what I have. I think there's some lists down here that we can that I ended up doing an email a mail blast. So Camden contacts. This might be it right here. Camden contacts. We'll take that list. So let me just push this out here, and I think actually this is the one that we want to hit. Yeah, okay, so that's the one. So I'm gonna hit that list, and again, like if I open up this list, we already hit this list, but we only hit the mobile lines on this list. So this is only phone numbers. All right, so it's thousands and thousands of numbers. Look, I got what, 8,598. Let's throw it in. So there, we got our list. Let's take this list and let's throw it in there. So let me go Camden. It's on my desktop. Camden Contacts 2, and Camden Contacts 2 right here. Okay, and that's uploading. Yes, we're removing the wireless because we already called them. Yes, we got the do not call. Yes, we're randomizing and removing duplicates. No, don't scrub against DNC. And that's it. That's where we're going to upload that list, and you should get a little message. Success. Return to the main menu. Let's go ahead and go into database changes and go to the next. So select from business or consumer list. Let's see. Okay, so this is where you could. This is a different kind of list. So this company supplies lists, and they're a little bit. I don't know how they work, so I'd have to look into that to see exactly what. Oh, so we'd have to have DNC. There's these different SIC codes that allow you to call if you want to scrub against the DNC. You have to have these numbers, which we registered with the DNC. We are registered, and we do have these SIC and SAN codes. Add individual numbers. You're really just staying away from all this stuff. If you want to do a redial list, you'll hit this. But all this stuff, I'm really not even messing around with. Okay, so skip all that database stuff. Recording options. Actually, let me go ahead and set the change the call transfer number right now. I'm going to set up a live call right now as we're doing this, and I'm going into call rail. And I'm going to log out of this call rail account because I don't want anything coming into Podio. This is the account that's not attached to Podio. And we're going to take this New Jersey slide because we're calling New Jersey. And that's the number I'm going to copy right here. And you can see this one's just being routed to a voicemail. So I don't want people live answering that right now. So set the transfer number. That's done. Return to the menu. Double check, there it is. Outgoing ID, I need to change that. So, let's see. Caller ID, there it is. Okay, change the caller ID, and you gotta remove these digits here. So it's 800-8576. That's what shows up on their caller ID. So we've updated that, okay? We've got 4,400 numbers in our list. You can see the original list was 8,000 something, but it whittled it down to 4,478 after the duplicates and mobile phones were removed from there. So I could set this up. It's got both live answering machine and delivery. Let's go to our recording options, and we could listen to the current recording. We could see what's going on. Let's listen to the live person recording and see what it says. Okay, now we're moving about a property that we have there. Looking for stuff. If you are interested in cash buy, look at the code quickly, make it easy for you, and buy it as is. Repair changes, interested in talking to the cash buyer, taking off the list, so we have an income. So that's really it. I mean, really, really simple message, and I'm okay with that. I mean, it's you can listen to the answering machine recording, and that may be a little different. Let's hear that.
This is Mike. As soon as you see these files on my desk here, some of the older working properties that we were actually talking to you about, if you still have interest in selling it, give me a call, give me a text. Otherwise, we'll see further in the file. You can reach us. This number here that we're calling in from, or your acquisition rep, either if it's Vince or George or Russ or any of these guys. But I'm one of the partners of the company, and we're just trying to tidy up for the season. And we want to work with those people that want to work with us. So if we are selling, give us a call back. If not, no problem. Let us know my phone. I'll just go into the file. Thanks a lot.
So that was a actually. So the last list I sent out through this was our old, like, a big pile of leads that were like working and like nobody had responded. So we were trying to just get a response. We uploaded some of the stuff that was already in our system, and we hit them up with a quick RVM. And that's the results we saw there. So that's it. That's how you set it up. I mean, really that simple. We're just here's where you can see turn on and off, live person answering turned on, answering machine turned on, intermittent message, don't know what that is, and that's it. So there's really nothing else to it. If I wanted to turn this on, I'm just going to hit enable, and this is only going to be during scheduled hours. So like I could hit enable right now, and it's successfully enabled. It is enabled, but there's nothing actually being called because it's too late. Actually, let me just let me just check the schedule. So actually, no, it is sending right now. So that's okay. So I'm just going to turn it off right now. I'm going to enable it tomorrow. So let's just, you're allowed to disable your camera as we turn for 2 more minutes. Please wait 92 seconds. All right. So, well, we learned that message. Let me record. Let me actually change this schedule right here. So today is Wednesday, so I'm going to shut this down. There we go. So update the scheduled hours, and I'm just going to make sure that the next time, tomorrow morning or whatever, I'll go in and reset that schedule so it's actually working. So that's it for this video. I'm going to shut this off in another 60 seconds. And the next video, I'm going to be going into our other RVM service. All right.